What's happening? Let's go. Let's go. So she was asked, what happened to the van you were supposed to be living in? And let's see what she has to say.
Remember last year when I found out I had an illegal apartment, moved back home to Atlanta, and then decided to buy a van so that I could convert it and live on the road
Always
and live my
something
best
illegal
van
with
life
them.
dreams? I know I
Dreams.
do.
Hold
And
on.
as you can see, I still have the van so that I could convert it and live on the road and live my best van life dreams. I know I do.
Is this a dream for them? To live on the road permanently?
And as you can see, I still have the van. But you know what? Life happens, and sometimes timelines don't play out how we think they will. Sometimes our mental health is in the pits, and we end up leaving our cushy corporate job because...
Stop the cap with these cushy corporate jobs.
Man, stop lying.
First of all, when they use the word corporate, they try to make it seem like they're making big bucks. No, you're not. Only 7% of them make $80,000 to $100,000, and not just black women. That's all women. All women. 7%. So when they talk about these corporate jobs, what do they mean? Corporate job just mean you have a job or a position within a large structured business or corporation. That's it. That's it. Within that corporation, that you can be a customer service rep, administrative assistant, an entry level data analyst, receptionist, or office clerk. Data entry clerk. And these positions pay around $40,000 per year. Now you may make a little more, but typically that's how much it is. When they talk corporate, the first thing that come to your mind is CEO, team leader, management. No. They just work for a big structured organization, and that's it. So don't be believing when they say they had a corporate job. You had a corporate job making what? That's the net. How much was you making? What was you doing? Come on, you got people who work in Target making more than them.
Your brain can't anymore. And then sometimes around that time, your sliding door breaks and it's jammed shut so that you can't use it. And because you're poor and living a very check-to-check lifestyle, doing background work, you don't even go to the shop to get it looked at for 6 months. But then you get your tax refund and can finally get poor and living a very check-to-check lifestyle,
poor living a check-to-check lifestyle. Is that a dream?
Poor.
And shout out to the brothers that was in the comment section that say even living in these vans and buses, doing the Don Robinson challenge, even in these vans or buses, that the maintenance and repairs can be costly. So it's not like they living on the road in these vans. It's dangerous and it can be costly.
Background work, you don't even go to the shop to get it looked at for 6 months. But then you get your tax refund and can finally get it fixed.
Yeah, you're doing so well that you have to wait a whole year to get your taxes to get things done. Right. This is the dream. Let's go.
So, we've already done the insulation. There's a subfloor, through a window in there, the halfway installed AC unit because I don't have an electrical system. But with the sliding door fixed and easy access back, I can finally get back to work. Wow, so y'all remember
This is crazy. You're out here, snow cone dome. She got the snow cone dome. Remember the snow cone, He got the Hector pulls up with the with the cart, big block of ice, and he pull out the scraper. She got the snow cone dome with yellow teeth. She got the snow cone dome with yellow teeth.
Vamos.
That's crazy.
Single mom living in a van, waking up in a Walmart parking lot. This is my morning routine as a single mom living in a van, waking up in a Walmart parking lot. So of course,
Come on, man. Waking up in a Walmart parking lot. Like it you know, this is crazy. Waking up in a Walmart parking lot, single mom. I'm gonna say this again. I hope they don't have their children in there living like this. The children gonna grow up very upset. They're gonna grow up very, very upset. You better believe that. They're not gonna forget this. They're not gonna forget this. They're gonna say to them to their mothers when they get older. So you mean to tell me when they realize what happened? So you mean to tell me that instead of working with my father, instead of working with him and you know, respecting him and being under his leadership, we had to wake up every morning next to a Walmart parking lot because you was combative, because you listened to your friends and your family who wouldn't let you or us stay with them. So we had to sleep in a Walmart parking lot and other parking lots, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous. You know how many crimes have been committed in Walmart parking lots? It's Walmart. And you are willing to do this, then be under the leadership of the man that you had children with. And here's another thing. Here's another thing that's not talked about. All right, if this is what you choose to do, right? Even if you know, say this times is just hard and you can't afford anything, why don't you give the child to his or her father? Why don't you give the child to the father?
Message.
Until you get it together. Till you get it together. That way, whatever you going through, you go through it with yourself. When you get on your feet, come back for the child. No, they don't even do that. No, the child has to struggle with them. This is insane, man.
of course, as soon as we wake up, I make sure to give my toddler lots and lots of cuddles and kisses. Then I like to throw on some clothes.
Toddler! I didn't even see this.
Sure we are as warm as possible.
I didn't even see this. I didn't even see this. I didn't even see this whole toddler. Are you kidding me? Let's go.
Putting myself together, I go on to put Kareem's jacket on and he pulls off the window covers. This is our beautiful view of Walmart. We don't usually park in parking lots, but sometimes that's the case. I then go in to make up the bed so I don't have to do it later on. We then get out of the van and walk into Walmart to use the restroom and brush our teeth. I do have a toilet in my van, but we are already sleeping
First of all, let me just
in a Walmart parking lot, so we might as well utilize all of their services. Since I didn't need anything in Walmart, we were able to just run back to the van. And immediately I get started with cooking some breakfast. So then I set up my kitchen, which is the basic 2-burner propane stove. While I'm doing this, my toddler is usually watching his morning show on his iPad. Today we are making something very simple: sausage, pancakes, and hash browns per Kareem's request. But this is only a pit stop till we get to our next destination, so if you really like these morning routines and you want to see what we get up to next, follow along. This is my morning routine as I get out of the van and walk into Walmart to use the restroom and brush my teeth.
This is terrible.
I do have a toilet in my van, but we are already sleeping in a Walmart park.
This is terrible. Now, how old is he? He looks like he's 5. He don't look like no toddler. Toddlers between 1 and 3 years old. But either way, either way, you know, when you look at a situation like this, right? What I don't understand is when the fathers, because this is under the guise of traveling. We know this ain't traveling. We know this ain't traveling. But let's just go with what they're saying, that this is not because the economy. This is not because things is as expensive and they can't afford. Let's just say it's her traveling. Let's just say, hey, she just want to travel. The number one question here is the father okay with this? That's the number one question. Is the father okay with this? And I can tell you, right, especially if he cares about his children, and most black men care about their children, he is not going to be cool with this. He's not going to be cool with this. He's not going to be cool with his son or daughter waking up, running to a Walmart to brush their teeth, and living or sleeping in the Walmart parking lot, knowing anything could happen to him. He's not going to be cool with this at all. It's not going to be cool. And the comments for this video is disgusting. You know what they saying? She's teaching her son survival tactics. Why does he need to learn survival tactics? At 4 or 5 years old. Why? Why do you have children on survival mode?
Message.
There's nothing safe about this. And let me tell you something. If this was a man doing this, particularly a black man doing this, they would call all kinds of services on him. Call the police on him. Try to get the child taken from him. And on top of that, call him a bum. Anything they do is okay, even if it puts the child at risk. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Look at this.
I didn't need anything in Walmart. We were able to just run back to the van. And immediately I get started with cooking some breakfast. So then I set up my kitchen, which is the basic 2-burner propane stove. While I'm doing this, my toddler is usually watching his morning show on his iPad. Today we are making something very simple. Sausage, pancakes, and hash browns per Kareem's request. But this is only a pit stop till we get to our next destination. So if you really like these morning routines and you want to see what we get up to next, follow along. This is my morning.
No, don't want to see. Children need structure. That's what they need, structure. There's nothing structured about this. They need structure. They yearn for it. They need a routine. They don't need randomness. They don't need, hey, today we're in the Walmart parking lot. Tomorrow we'll be in a Burger King parking lot. They don't need any of this. They don't need you cooking for them in a van. There's nothing cool about waking up in a van. There's nothing cool about this at all. Like yeah, you can make jokes and stuff like that, but the children. When I see the children, it really irks my nerves. It really does. It really irks my nerves. How you could be so careless? How can you be so careless? Everybody has a responsibility to provide for their children. Everybody. Everybody has a responsibility. If it's your child, you have to provide for them. But you also have to provide a safe environment. There's nothing safe about this. And, you know, all the women, instead of asking her, and you know, when they in the messages, instead of egging her on, they should ask her, hey, are you safe? Are you safe? Is everything okay? Is this permanent? Do you think this is a good idea? If you don't have to do this, do you think this is a good idea for the child? No. It's you go, girl. You're awesome. Your son will love you and appreciate you forever. No, he's not. You're going to have so many memories from this adventure. This is not an adventure. Van life is not an adventure. This is poverty. Give the son to the father until you get back on your feet. It's nasty work, man. Nasty work. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? And what do you think? I'm wrong here? I know when black men see this, they're going to agree because black men care about their children. This is a nightmare for black men. This is a nightmare. Hey, you got my child where? In the middle of where? You got my son outside where? And what? And you're traveling like this? You know how dangerous it gets out there. Just going to a gas station, you got to be on your P's and Q's. As a man, you got to be on your P's and Q's out there. As a woman and a child, to do this is reckless and dangerous. And for them to egg this on tells you where they are mentally.
Message